Welcome, everyone. I am so beyond thrilled today to share with you this amazing, talented woman that blows me away with her skill set and her bio. It's almost a little intimidating. She's so amazing. I love her. Her name is Darnyelle Jervey. She is beautiful inside and out. I cannot wait to share with you all the amazing things she's done in her life. And then I'm going to ask her some questions about her success, some golden nuggets that she can give you on your marketing journey, and just a takeaway that you can take away at the end of this interview that you can go put to practical use right now in your business. So welcome. Thank you for being here.
I'm excited. Thank you. Hi, everybody.
Hi. Okay, so I want to tell you there's three words that Darnyelle uses that I really love. They're passion, purpose, and persistence that describe her and her journey. So can I ask you a question about that? Is that all right before I finish?
Sure, absolutely.
Where did those three words come from? Because those are amazing words. And it's the 3 P's. I would love to hear a little bit about that, and then we'll dive back into your bio.
Yeah, so passion, because, and you'll see this and you guys will all see it too, my energy is electric. I'm the person, when I go somewhere to speak, I capture and keep your attention from the moment I open my mouth, and everyone who comes up to me afterwards, like, I just love your passion. So I always tell people I'm not even really supposed to be here. You know, there's a whole story behind my birth. My mom didn't know she was pregnant, and she was taking drugs, and in her defense, as soon as she found out, she stopped. But the doctors thought the damage had already been done. So I am purposeful. So that's my purpose. And I'm passionate because I'm not supposed to be here anyway. So if you're going to be here, why not do it big? And persistent, because I don't believe in giving up. I believe that who we are and what we are to be to this world is extremely important. And every setback is a setup for a comeback, and we just need to look at it a different way if we've somehow gotten off track. But it's not about giving up. It's about making sure that your voice is heard and you get known in the marketplace. And we're talking about marketing, and these are the things that matter when it comes to marketing. And you have to be persistent if you are going to be a marketer in this marketplace, because there's so much noise out there, and it is only as people hear what you have to say consistently because you've been persistent, will you actually get enough traction to make a dent and then make more money doing what you love.
Oh my gosh, that is absolutely amazing. I want to hear about your backstory too. Wow.
Okay, we can talk about it.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, so here's some things about her that I find really fascinating. She helps uncompromising entrepreneurs and business leaders experience financial and spiritual abundance in their lives because of their businesses through her consulting firms, Incredible One Enterprises LLC and the Amethyst Consulting Group. This is something I think is really fascinating. You help grow businesses by 50 to 600% in 12 months or less. Like, that's huge. That's freaking amazing. Through a strategic infusion of brand messaging, marketing, sales management, and I really like that because you have to have sales along with marketing.
Right.
Talent optimization, which I want to touch on because I think that that's really interesting too, and operational effectiveness for entrepreneur and business clients worldwide. You talk a lot about the 5 pillars of business optimization, and then you go into the different acts in your life. And I actually, instead of like reading your bio and sharing that, I'd actually like to ask you to share and describe each act, if that's all right with you.
Okay, I don't remember what my bio says, so we'll just, so the first act, I'm guessing, is the fact that I'm not supposed to be here, right?
Yeah,
so I was born to parents who were drug addicts in the mid-70s, and it was chaotic at best. You know, I think my parents did the best that they could with what they have, and I'm so grateful that they were my parents and they brought me into this world. I happen to have, on my mom's side, I have 7 brothers and sisters, and I'm the only one who graduated from high school and went on to college. So that all happened during the first act. And then I think my second act is circa starting my corporate career. Yes. And I worked for a financial services company, And in 3 years, I progressed from 217, which is an entry-level customer service representative, to vice president.
Wow.
Yeah, in 3 years. And it's really a testament to my understanding and knowledge of business. I said earlier, I wasn't supposed to be here. I've been gifted with these talents and abilities and this purpose. And part of my purpose is to be what I call a BBB, or a belief barrier breaker. So I've broken a lot of belief barriers in my life.
Yeah.
And then I left my corporate career in 2005 to see if entrepreneurship was for me. I realized, like I'm sure many of you guys have realized, that sitting behind someone else's desk was not what God had for me.
Nope.
And so I ventured out, I stepped out on faith. My first entree into the world of entrepreneurship, if you can call it that, was Mary Kay Cosmetics. So I was a lowly, meager, almost about to be not a director anymore, director, when I decided to quit my job. In a year, I turned my business around. I went from 22 beauty consultants to 500, offspring, 5 sales directors, became number 5 in my national area and number 1 in my state. Selling Mary Kay Cosmetics, picked up a pink Cadillac in the process. And I thought I was going to become a national sales director. And then 2 years into that journey, God just revealed that he had something else for me. He wanted me to take my gifts and talents and use them to serve the world in my own unique way. Mary Kay was great, and I learned a lot from it, but Mary Kay is someone else's dream. God gave me my own dream. And so I started Incredible One Enterprises in late 2007, early 2008. And we haven't looked back since. You know, and I share this just to be a testament to the people that are listening. I crossed over 7 figures in 2014. So it took me about 6 years to do it. And it was not fun for me. I didn't love it. So I had to figure out how to make doing my business not about the money. Because prior to that, it was all about the marker. I have to do this. I have to hit this number. And I got there and I looked around and I didn't love it. And so today, I'm very happy to say I run a business that serves me fully, but it's not about the money. Like, it's about the freedom. It's about everything that I can give and how I can serve more people in the world. And now I focus on being of service to as many people as possible. And that just also happens to translate into making a lot of money in my business.
That's amazing. You know, one of the things that you said that, I mean, besides the fact that you're the first one to graduate, that's huge. But the fact that you left, because I've been a Mary Kay director, so I know that world. And the fact that you really stepped out and took a leap of faith because God called you to do something different. And that's a lucrative career. I mean,
I made great money and I loved it. I wasn't the disgruntled person who felt like, you know, I got to get out of here. But I just knew, I just literally woke up one day. I was finishing my second pink Cadillac back in 2007. And I did a lot of work to win the second Cadillac. The first one just happened, like, oh, what? You mean I won a Cadillac? Wow, this is awesome. The second one, blood, sweat, and tears to make it happen. And I've always believed that when God gives you something, you won't need batteries. It was just really hard. It was so hard. And I was like, I think that there's something else out here for me. I think my stint here is over. I got what I came to get, and it was time to move on. And I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful for Mary Kay Ash and her vision. I'm grateful for her commitment to personal development and all the things I learned about myself as a woman through Mary Kay. I can honestly tell you, if it weren't for Mary Kay, I wouldn't be doing what I do today. I'd probably still be sitting behind my desk at work, you know, waiting to collect my gold watch or whatever they give you when you retire these days.
Yeah.
But I definitely wouldn't be living this life running this business. Definitely not.
And that's amazing. And it's really, really, really interesting that you said to me, say, look, you have all these golden nuggets, and that's what I'm all about. Just like when I do these interviews and I meet amazing, powerful women like you, you like just say things that I'm like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. Like, you know, what you said about, like, you know, God gives you the batteries basically, right?
Right.
Like, it just flows, right? And that's when you know you're in alignment with source, God, whatever someone believes in.
Right.
And this rules. And I feel that way and feel so honored that you were here for me to be part of this interview and part of this symposium to share this with other women. That is such a blessing. So
yeah. Thank you. My pleasure. Yeah, right now I'm on this journey of serve more people. So my hashtag right now is serve more people. I'm not turning down any opportunity because I just want to be of service. Like I've gotten to the point where it's not about the money anymore. It's about living the life and having fun and adding value and changing people's lives. And you can't do that if you sit on this high ticket, I'm an exclusive person pedestal instead of getting out into the world. And I just want to serve more people. So I'm excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you. And which brings me right into your topic, which I love. And this is really key because there is a lot of noise out in the market space. When I first came online in 2000, I think I came online in 2002. I dabbled for 2 years, really dabbled, like late, and then I went full time in 2004. It was a heck of a lot easier to get noticed back.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, than it is today. So what the topic you're going to be talking on, and the name of your topic is Market Like a Rock Star, 4 keys to rising above the noise in the crowded marketplace to get found by your ideal clients. And that is huge. And especially for the women, there's women out there that already have a space. They already have their niche. They're on their way. And this is going to be great information for them to go to the next level. But then there's also women that are part of my tribe, and I'm sure part of your tribe, and other women that are going to be on the symposium that are just starting out. And they're like, wow, how do I get noticed? Tell me, share with me. And there's so much information out there, it can almost be overwhelming at times.
Right.
Truly, truly. So what I want to do is just start by asking you some questions. And then really at the very end, just if you could think of one thing, just one thing after all of this, after our conversation, that just really comes as a download to you that you can share, that they can take right after watching this and like go implement right then and there or the next day, that will like really help them stand out. That would be great. So thank you so much. So why do you feel marketing is such a hot but misunderstood topic in business?
So it's hot because I think everybody realizes they need to market. Like if I'm out speaking at a conference and my room is full of those brand new entrepreneurs or brand new business owners, and everybody knows they need to market, but because there's so many ways you could market, it becomes daunting. And so they tend to dabble in a lot of things instead of clarifying and getting down to like maybe 5 things that they're going to commit to do. So I think that it's very important. I always say marketing is foreplay and sales is the deed. You got to have both to have a good time and to get them to say yes, right? You want them to say yes, yes, all night long. You've got to have marketing and sales. But I think because there's at last count, there were about 40 different ways that I've come up with that you could be marketing at any particular point in time. And some of them cross over. They're like advertising, which is a branch of marketing, but not traditional marketing, right? But because there are over 40 different ways, it is like I could pull my hair out trying to figure out which ones are right for me. And so it's about identifying all of them. And what I do for my clients is I break them down into offline marketing strategies, online marketing strategies, and then the marketing strategies that go both ways. And then we make sure that we pick an 80-20 mix. So 80% offline, and primarily because offline marketing, I don't care, what Facebook, I don't care what new social network pops up tomorrow. I don't care what new online widget pops up tomorrow. Old school traditional marketing still works. And the conversion rate is much higher than the online marketing because there's so much noise online and there's very little noise offline. So we do an 80-20. So the Pareto principle, 80% offline marketing, 20% online marketing, because you've got to have some in order to really compete in this world. And even with your online marketing strategies, we integrate offline marketing steps and tactics to make those strategies more effective. So here's an example of that. Let's say you are one of the people who is hanging your hat on Facebook, and not Facebook ads, because Facebook ads are pulling in people who are not even on Facebook. It's an algorithm just like Google ads, right? So not Facebook ads, but Facebook itself. And let's say you're using Facebook Live to get your message out there, and you've gotten 600 views and 200 comments. You could be like, oh my gosh, I've got 600 views and 200 comments and make no money. Or you can combine that Facebook Live result of 600 views and 200 comments with an offline strategies to reach out to those people and connect with them in a deeper way to turn them into a potential sales conversation and ultimately a sale, and boost the effectiveness of your online marketing strategy. So that's why I think it's the most misunderstood, but it is also very important, and everybody knows how hot it is because it is how business gets done through marketing, which is honestly just a conversation that we have with our ideal clients.
So let me ask you this. You brought up a good point, and I think that's really valid. So if, say, for example, you did get 600 views on a Facebook Live and you had 200 comments, what specific strategy would you use that was offline to really make use of that Facebook Live?
Yeah, so what we do, you want to know what we do? So I have a member of my team that goes and inboxes all of those people and gets their phone number so we can call them.
Ooh, so she private messages them on Facebook and asks for their phone number.
Mm-hmm.
That's
thanks for watching the Facebook Live. We'd love to have a chat with you to get some more feedback, because we're going to do more of these, and we want to make sure that we're giving you access to what you need. What's your number? When can we call you?
That is brilliant, sweetheart. Absolutely brilliant. See, now that I call them the LFMS because that's my brand. That is a takeaway right there. That is a golden nugget worth millions right there.
Yes, indeed.
That is amazing. That is beautiful. Love the 80-20 rule. Thank you for sharing that. So what do you recommend that all business owners think about when it comes to marketing?
So the first thing that I want every business owner to think about is stop getting your panties in a bunch. Marketing is just a conversation.
Sure.
So if you think about, and you probably have heard this, everybody's talking about it, I call it your audience of one. So think of one type of person that you have one clear conversation with to help them solve one problem, right? So think of it in terms of that, and write your marketing copy talking to one person instead of trying to create this one size fits all and hoping everybody falls into it. Think about each type of client as a one person and write to that person, talk to that person, communicate to that person. So the first thing is just remember that marketing is a conversation. Number two, remember that the purpose of marketing is to primarily generate awareness.
True.
Right? So you've got to generate awareness, and then you've got to follow that awareness up with consistency. Because the first time I see your post, I'm like, oh, all right, Angela, okay. And then I'm going on about my little business. If I never see Angela again, I've forgotten about you as soon as I saw you. But if you're popping up every day, every week, every month, eventually I'm going to start to pay closer attention to Angela because she's constantly there. So remember that marketing is designed for you to be consistent. That's why you hear people say marketing strategies, right? So it's not a one and done. This is not about being a willy-nilly marketer. It's about being very strategic, very calculated in the steps that you are taking with consistency to get known and then ultimately found by your ideal clients. Gone are the days when we're going to knock door to door. We've got to have marketing messaging that is very clear and very succinct so that they rise up and they self-select to come and get access to what it is that we're talking about. But they're only going to do that if you articulate the same message over and over. So the third thing I want you to know is stop changing up your messages. Stop. Keep saying the same thing over and over and over again. And whatever you want to be known for. So take the time, get to the quiet place, determine what you want to be known for. I want to be known for growing businesses. So what do I talk about? Growing businesses. So I don't deviate from that. I talk about the same things over and over and over and over. First of all, the same people aren't hearing your message every single time.
No.
And the ones that are hearing your message consistently are now getting the download that maybe you're what they need when you say the same thing. But if you show up like this marketing schizophrenic and you're constantly talking about something different, you're confusing to me, and a confused mind does nada. So those are the three things that I really want people to know about marketing. I think it'll remove the agita and it'll give them a level of comfort and confidence in the marketing conversation to be able to convey that on a consistent basis.
You know, one of the things you said that I really liked was your messaging needs to be to that one person, right? Like write your messaging to that one person. And this is something I always tell my clients, and I'm curious if you've ever shared this, is I tell them, when you're writing, like I actually hand write out stuff. It's the craziest thing, but I get the creative juices flowing more when I handwrite. But
Right.
I actually put a picture up on my computer or on my vision board when I write, so that I'm like looking at that person as I write. And that really helps me hone in on my message. Have you ever heard of that, or is that something you
I have heard of it. I personally don't do it, but I have suggested it to clients. Like if it's easier for you to remember, like, you know, you've heard of, you guys have probably heard about client avatars. Give her a name, like Building Betty, right? Give Building Betty a name, give her a persona. Think about Betty when you're writing this email, or, you know, follow up Franny, whatever. Like whoever she is, give her a name, give her a persona, and think of her. So yeah, I've definitely heard it, but I haven't done it. I just kind of think about it in my head. Okay, I one of the things that I'll create very early before I start marketing is my key messages documents. I'm like, okay, who is this for? That's at the very top of my document. And so I know at this particular time I'm talking to this particular type of client, and then I move through it from that way. So I think whatever works for you to remember who you're talking to so that you don't get lost in translation, I think that's a great idea.
That's amazing. Awesome. Thank you so much. So, what is the Rockstar marketing formula? I want to hear that.
Yeah, so the Rockstar marketing formula is a little gem that I created to really simplify marketing for my clients. So the R stands for realign your time and priorities. So most people, they're doing all things, they're doing the most online or in their marketing or in their business, and they're not doing what really matters. So in my opinion, until you have a full practice, so you have more clients than you know what to do with, there's two things that you need to focus on. You need to focus on business development so you can bring in new clients, and client service delivery so that they can give you testimonials, which can bring in more clients, right? So realign your time and priorities, and realign the way you think about marketing. This is not your grandfather's marketing, right? It's entirely different. It's hip. There's a way to make it feel authentic to you, which takes away that agita that comes with the marketing process anyway. And it only comes when you take the time to stop and realign. So that's the R. The O stands for outline the SPICE problem that you solve. SPICE is an acronym, and it describes the problem. So one of my favorite Darnyelle isms is, if there is no problem to be solved, there is no profit to be earned. So you want to make sure you're solving a problem, a clear problem. So it's okay to be passionate, but if your passion is singing and people aren't buying singing, then what was the point, right? So you want to make sure that your passion solves the problem. So the SPICE acronym stands for specific and substantive. So you need a problem that goes beyond the surface, persistent and pervasive, excuse me. It needs to be lingering for your potential client like a rash. Immediate and insurmountable, meaning they needed to solve that problem yesterday, and the longer it goes unsolved, they need you in order to help them to solve it. The C really is about the client, and that you want a person who is clear and conscious that this is the problem that they have. And then the E stands for expensive and expansive. The longer it goes on, the bigger it gets, the more it costs. You want to think of the problem that you solve in terms of that. And so what I will typically have my clients do, you know, can take us a half a day sometimes to go through this process, is literally think of each of those letters in the acronym and describe how the problem they solve is specific and substantive, persistent and pervasive, immediate, insurmountable, expensive, expansive, because the C is about the client. When you get to that level of specificity, you're going to rise above the noise. It's the effect of, and you've probably all seen it. You've gone to someone's website, or like, I love to watch infomercials. Right. And I watch infomercials for the technique, for the sales conversation, like how they take you through the process to get you to, you know, pick up the phone or pick up your iPad and purchase, right?
Let me tell you, I love buying from those infomercials.
Me too. They get me every time. I'm watching them for like research. And the next thing I know, I've got the ladder that does 26 things, because they've convinced me that I need it, right? So I like to watch infomercials for this reason, because I think what tends to happen when you understand how the process ensues and how it falls out, it gives you a level of clarity that allows you to rise above the noise. So that's the same thing that the SPICE acronym is going to do for you. So that's the O, outline the SPICE problem that you solve. The C is create magnetic marketing materials. Now you might think, I need a whole bunch of different marketing materials. No, I recommend three really powerful pieces of marketing materials. Number one is your business card, right? Everybody's got one or should have one anyway. Use both sides of the card because you're wasting marketing space. They've got to give you the back to print the front. So why not put more information on there? Great place to put your free offer or a call to action if you don't have one on your business card. Number two, your website. And you don't need a flashy green screen lady following you all around your website, right. But make sure that you have one that does have video, right, that is easy to navigate, and it clearly tells them how to join your list, because people are only coming to your website. They should only be coming to your website to buy something right now or to give you their information so they can buy something later. That's it. And then the third marketing material is your client success stories. Maslow's hierarchy of needs says that we all are looking for a place to belong. So if you're telling the stories of the clients you've already served and how you've helped them, somebody out there is going to get the Me Too's. And when they get the Me Too's, they're going to consider you as the person to help them. So those are my three favorite marketing materials. That's the C. And then the K is know how you're going to build clients for life by creating a problem progression. So what I have found, and one of the things I help my clients do, is instead of trying to be all things or one size fits all, solve the problems of your client in a progression. So think in terms of one at a time, what do they need? If you do it one at a time, you won't overwhelm them, because remember, an overwhelmed mind does nothing. So even if they made the investment, they're not going to take the actions and get the results, and you really want them getting the results because you've overwhelmed them. So think of them one at a time. So to use my business as an example, you know, when I first got into this landscape and was working with business owners, the very first problem I endeavored to solve was helping them to get clear on their ideal client. So I created a program called the Ideal Client Bootcamp. Once they got their ideal client, the next problem was, okay, now I know who my client is. What am I going to give them? So then I created my Get Paid program, which taught them how to package, price, and close the sale. Now I know who my ideal client is, and I've got packages and prices, and I know how to have a conversation with them. How am I going to find them? Then I created the Magnetic Marketing Success Formula to teach them marketing one at a time versus trying to be all things at once. So that's the formula. Realign your time and priorities, outline the spice problem that you solve, create magnetic marketing materials, and know how you're going to serve them for life by building a problem progression.
I love you. You're brilliant.
Thank you very much.
You are like seriously on top of it. No wonder you hit 7 figures. That's amazing.
Thank you.
You're very brilliant. Wow. So why do you feel it helps entrepreneurs rise above the noise? It's like this whole rock star marketing formula versus like someone else that's out there.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that helps them to rise above the noise is the understanding and the use of the SPICE acronym. Because most people aren't thinking about marketing and problem solving in that way. And there's 2 schools of thought around marketing. So there's a body of marketers who believe that you focus on the promise, right? So you market to the promise of what they want instead of what they're experiencing now. And then there's a body of people, I belong in the second body, that say focus on the pain. Because a person in pain is actively seeking a painkiller. A person who's not in pain is kind of like meandering through life. So it creates this natural sense of urgency when you focus on the pain. And when you drill down on the pain, the ideal client profile that I have my clients go through is like 15 pages. Like it's the only thing you might not know is the color panties your prospect is wearing right now. But other than that, you get into their minds. You think about the psychographic information. You think about how to collect your market research and build a profile that is so specific that when you market to, when you create your key messages around this profile, you immediately laser into the people that you want to serve, and it does get you above the noise. So you don't have to compete with everybody else who's out there. And I really created this because I wanted it to be easy. I think marketing is daunting and everybody's afraid of it. But what I'm finding is as I take clients through this, they're like, oh my gosh, this isn't hard at all. Like, it's really easy for me to think about it in this way. So I'm really big into breaking things down into bite-sized pieces so that they're easily implementable. And so all of my programs, all of my home studies are designed that way because I want people to get results. That's why my clients grow from 50 to 600%, because I'm able to help them to get that laser focus so that they can move into the results much more quickly.
Do you feel like that the way your process works, because I really like how you're so laser focused. I mean, 15 pages of just figuring out who your ideal client is and all the demographics and everything around them is huge. I mean, that's amazing. Do you feel like it really helps your clients stay on track and not get sidetracked by the latest golden marketing object and the latest this or that and the gadget?
Right. Absolutely. And we've got a lot of stuff built into our programs that gives them that accountability and that focus on a daily basis. But yeah, I mean, it's tried and true. I mean, at this point in time, I've been in business for 10 years. So we've been doing it, we've been testing it, we've been trying it. And we know that this works because everyone who's going through this process has gotten that level of clarity, has brought their new clients in, raised their rates, all of that good stuff, which is really, really important. And so it's tried and true. Like, I don't do theory. Like, even if I learn something new, I don't teach it to my clients until I've tried it and perfected it. Like, I might learn it from Billy Bob Thornton. We know he's not an online marketer, right? But I might learn it from him. I take it. I have to tweak some stuff because everything he says doesn't work for me. And in the tweak, I discover that if he had said this would have worked that much better. And then I go and I test it for a period of time and then I share it. I bring it out to other people as something else that they can do in order to grow their business. But yeah, I mean, I feel really, really confident about the work that we do and how we help entrepreneurs at every level get to the clarity and specificity to get the results that they want.
I really, really like that. Is there anything else you feel would be a natural complement to this?
I mean, we've talked about some good things so far. I know you asked me, what are some other nuggets and things that I would share with people? And I think most of this is going to be around mindset, because I think just like sales goes with marketing, I think mindset goes with marketing and sales as well. And often, if you're not getting the results that you want, you're not getting the traction you want online, it's probably how you're showing up and how you're being, right? There's a lot of people who buy into what I call the model of scarcity versus the model of abundance, right? So the model of abundance is who must I be in order to do what I want to do and have what I want to have, whereas the model of lack and scarcity is what do I need to have in order to do what I want to do so I can be who I want to be. And if you have to flip it, you have to show up in that energy first. So if you're not confident and fully convinced in your own mind that who you are is the best thing since pockets, that's going to come across in your marketing. So you've got to take the time to deliberate with yourself in order to validate that you are the best who ever did it. And I don't care who else did it and is doing it right now. You're the best one out there. And if you don't believe that, nobody else will believe it. So at that point, you're definitely not rising above the noise, right? So I think having the right mindset is important. And then I think the second thing that's important outside of this that parlays nicely with this is being in a community that serves you, that inspires you, that ignites you into action. And there are, tons of out there. I don't like the word tribe personally, but I know everybody uses it and they're trying to force it down my throat anyway. I prefer the word community. But find your place, and you might have to try a few places until you find your place, but find a place, because that's going to give you a natural extension and complement of positive energy and expectation that you need to have all the time. I will be the first to tell you, having your own business is not always sunshine and bunnies. True. There are lots of down days. There are days when I want to fire myself, and I have a successful business, and there are days when I'm like, I want to just get a job. It would be easier. And it's going to be having the right community is what makes that okay. Like, when you are having that day, it invariably happens for me. I don't know if you get the same thing, Angela. Like, every single time I'm having one of those days, I get an email from somebody and they're like, I just want you to know that you've changed my life. And I think you're so amazing. And I'm like, okay, God, like, I know you did that on purpose because I'm about to, you know, I'm ready to give up or whatever. And it could be for no reason other than for whatever reason, I didn't do my daily morning practices. And so I didn't wake up with the right mindset, and I didn't meditate and journal and all of that stuff that we should be doing every day. And it creates this crazy environment. So get in a good community too, and then do your work. Commit. I say give your business the same respect you gave your job. You did not go to your job and sit on the computer all day checking email or watching Facebook and watching Facebook Live videos. Give your business the same respect. You did not get up in the middle of the day and go watch Maury Povich. I don't even know if Maury is still on TV, but whatever. You didn't do that when you had a job, so don't do it now that you're an entrepreneur and you work from your home. And if that's very hard for you, get up, get dressed like you would if you were going to an office, and go to Starbucks or go to the library or go somewhere. You see me, I'm in office space. I don't work from my home, not because I can't work from my home, but I like getting up and getting dressed and getting out. So I literally have office space. Plus I have a team, and I don't really want them all in my house anyway, but
no, I hear you.
You know what I mean? But like, do the things that you did when you had a job, give your business the same respect, and then you'll have a business that pays you better than your job.
True. That is very true. So all these wonderful, amazing things that you just shared, what would be the one strategy that, like, just if you could pick one that you could share with all of the amazing women that are watching today that they could take and implement in their business tomorrow?
Trash guys here. I would say, that's such a loaded question.
I know.
If there were just one thing that you could take and implement in your business tomorrow, I would say my favorite marketing strategy is the phone. Where's my phone?
Your phone.
Pick up your phone and call somebody and have a conversation with them. And here's the formula. And call somebody you know that maybe you haven't connected with in a while. And here's the formula. Here's what I'm doing. So tell them what's going on in your world right now. Here's what I need. Tell them what you're looking for. And then ask them, who do they know that you don't know that they should know that can help them do whatever it is they're needing to do. And what's probably going to happen is, first of all, they're going to be so super excited for you. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you're doing it. And they're going to think of people that could become your clients. Do that and start to do that every day for 90 minutes until there's nobody else for you to call, because you've called everybody and everybody's giving you contacts. Once they give you contacts, then call those contacts and you'll start to build a business. Like, having a website is great, but I have like 5 clients right now that have $500,000 businesses or more, and they don't have websites. They have a LinkedIn profile and a LinkedIn company page. So don't get caught up in all of that stuff that doesn't matter. Do the things that are going to generate revenue and help you to rise above the noise so that you can get in front of the people that you want to serve.
I really like that. That is fabulous. So the very last thing is, I know that you have a free gift that you would like to share with the women. Would you like to tell them about what that is?
Sure, absolutely. So I created this CD, so you can see it. It's called 7 Critical Mistakes That Even Smart Entrepreneurs Must Avoid for Clients, Connection, and Cash Flow. And I created it because in the early days of my business, I made every mistake imaginable. And like I said earlier, I want to serve more people, and I want to shortchange your learning curve. I want to set you up for success by telling you what I did wrong and preventing you from making that. And so this audio CD we'll physically send you a CD, or if you don't want to wait, you can get the audio download. You decide. We'll literally walk you through the mistakes and how to stop making them and what you can do instead, so that you can stop making mistakes and start making money in your business. It'll also bring you into our community, and then you'll get to hear from little old me every single week. I run Incredible Factor TV. That's my online TV show for entrepreneurs. And I take questions every week. I'm answering someone's question on a business related topic. So it even gives you the opportunity to submit questions for me to be of support to you by answering your questions on my TV show, my online show. So that'll get you into our community, and you can see what we've got going on and how we can support you if you feel like I'm the right fit for you. I'm a little bit crazy. I'm very direct. I'm very passionate about what I do, and I am serious about business. So the people who come into my camp and become my clients, like I think we're all on a divine assignment and a divine mandate. So we don't have time to play at business. We have to conduct business in a way to change the world and change lives. And so if that resonates with you, then come holla, get your free CD, and I'd love to help have you in our community.
Awesome. And we'll have that free CD available. You'll just have to click on the link and get it from her. We're really excited, and I cannot wait for you to go and join her community. So fascinating. I so appreciate your time. It's been an absolute honor to have you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And just thank you so much. It's just been my pleasure. The golden nuggets that you have shared have blown me away. I mean, wow. Thank you, lady. You have a great story. It's so exciting. And I'm going to be sending lots of women your way. I love your energy. I mean, your energy beyond the golden nuggets, which were like worth so much, your energy itself is like just what I want to be around. So
awesome.
So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And we'll invite everyone once again, download her free gift and go join her community.